offense making plays. I mean, what was it like kind of going back and forth with those units?
It was great. I love going back and forth. I love the competitiveness that this team plays with, and that just, shows that how good of a team we are when, offense and defense go back and forth and have days like where we compete. It's great, and I love it.
How ready are you to hit somebody else besides an ASU player?
Very ready. I feel like I haven't really went full throttle since January for real, so I just can't wait to go against another team and, all of us on one team as one. Can't wait.
And how much do you feel like this team is ready to do you feel like you guys can play right now, or do you feel like there's a lot that you still got to work on between now and NAU?
It's things we need to work on, as anything. We can all, no such thing as being too perfect, but we're ready. I can tell you we're ready. Like when it's time to strap it up, we have a team that we're ready. We're ready.
What's the biggest difference between this time now compared to maybe last year in your mind for you guys?
This time now is a little different because we have a more veteran team. Like last year, it was kind of iffy about a lot of stuff and not knowing, how things were going to play out, if this was going to work. And this year, just knowing everyone knows their role and everyone knows what's needed to, get back to the point that we were last year. So it's just a different mindset of the team.
How do you feel the chemistry with you and Keith has kind of developed now that you guys are heading into year 2 as starters?
Man, it's great. He's like my brother, so we're me and Keith talk every day. We're outside of here, we're always together. So just our relationship off the field translates on the field, and we're like this. So that translates on the field for sure.
How about the younger corners in that room? Obviously, Rodney's taken some big steps in spring, and you're bringing in a veteran like Nyland is there. How do you feel about the depth at the corners position?
I love the depth. It just makes everyone it keeps everyone fresh. You're not asking a player to play 80 or 90 snaps. You have the depth to depend on other people to come in and get you for a couple plays or whatever the case may be. And I love it. It just makes the room more competitive, and we all feed off one another.
What did you think of the humidity today? It was a little toasty in here.
It is a little toasty. I'm kind of used to it being from Florida, so this is kind of back in my old element. I'm used to the humidity, so it wasn't too bad for me, but it was a little different. I'm used to the dry heat now.
Did you hear anybody talking about it? Because I know all the media when they came in, they're like, "Oh, it's about to be AC," and then you walk in and it's like, "Oh, this."
Oh no, I heard a lot of people talking about it. Even our trainers were like, "Man, it's hot." I'm like, "Yeah, just imagine with a helmet on." But no, it's a little toasty in here for sure.
And then ASU's wide receivers are obviously a little bit deeper than at this point last year. Who are some of the receivers that pretty soon are going to be somebody else's problem, not yours?
Man, of course, JT. Malik is very good. Turbo is very good. All of our receivers, they all are dynamic in their own way, and they all bring certain stuff to the game that I feel when season comes, you will see. When they showcase it on Saturdays, you'll see dang, that guy's pretty good. But going against them every day, it makes us better, and it just helps us on Saturdays as well as the DB group.
When you line up against JT, what's going through your head?
The ball's coming. Just I got to be ready, and just compete. Just compete with him. Just me and JT go at it. Me and him go at it a lot, but just competing, really, just getting each other better.
What's the biggest thing you feel like this team and maybe the DB group has to work on between now and that season opener against NAU to be to where you want to be?
We just get better on just communicating. I feel like we can never be too perfect in communicating. Just communicating and making sure that we're all on the same pages. That way, we're not, busting coverages or, people not doing what they're not supposed to do. Because I feel like if we get lined up and play the way we play, I don't feel like no one could beat us. So if we just go out there and all on one page and communicate, I feel like we'll be great.
Coach Dillingham.